Okay, hello again. I'm making a video for the first time in a long time. It is the 9th of October right now. I haven't really felt that motivated or like I needed to talk about anything really recently. But I think it's been about 2 weeks, give or take, since I did my last video, so I really want to just stay in the habit of, sorry, let me adjust this. I really wanted to just stay in the habit of doing this because I feel like it's really good for me mentally, just to have kind of verbal diarrhea and just get everything I have in my head straight out. I'm back to my candle again. You know, for a while I just couldn't be bothered to get a candle and light it and like turn all my lights off and everything, so I'll just have that one down there on. But I found it was a bit reflective and kind of oppressive when I was watching my own video, just checking it, making sure I didn't say anything really outrageous because I was drunk. But today I wanted to talk about I've been reading a book, or a kind of, it was kind of a manga book called Haikyuu, and there is this character called Sachiro Hirugami. I'm definitely butchering that, it's Japanese. It's not my area of expertise, but he talks about the value of letting go and not holding on to the feeling of, firstly, resentment towards other people, and knowing that you're going to make mistakes eventually, and it's a part of life, so not being perfect and letting go of the expectation that you're going to be perfect. You're not going to make mistakes, you know, you're going to lack in some area. It's impossible to be completely perfect in every single area of life, like, it's never going to happen. And I wanted to talk about a few of my personal experiences of letting go. I've got 3 in mind. 2 of them are people, one of them is not a person. I'm not sure if I'm going to say that one, but I'll start off with the one that's kind of been on my mind most recently, not for any reason, but so last summer I was trying to help this girl through some of her issues. She was like self-harming, she would slit her wrists and there'd be blood everywhere, and she would show me. She would like make me say things and do things, quite explicit things, not really explicit like in, not really in that way, but like she would make me, or she would try and coerce me to do things I wasn't very comfortable with. I didn't do most of them. I did 1 or 2, but I said no to most of them because I realized it wasn't right. And back then I didn't have too much of a backbone. I feel like I'm quite steadfast now when I've been working on it quite a lot. When I have an opinion that I believe is right, I don't like other people disregarding it or saying I'm wrong. I don't like it. I like being steadfast in my opinion now. I trust my intuition, I trust my gut. I think better than a lot of people. That's not really relevant, but I used to not have as much of a backbone, so I'd be more easily enticed, and I would fall to, what's the type of conformity? Compliance. I would comply a bit more. Regardless, yeah. So I was talking to this girl called Ava, and I ended up blocking her because I could tell I wasn't helping her at all. I was just trying to get someone through like a hard time, and I could tell it wasn't working. And she ended up taking her own life, largely due to me. She was high on drugs at a party, and I can't be blamed for everything, but I feel like I contributed a large amount towards it. And I put myself in hospital after that because of what happened with Ava, like really badly. And I had a therapist for a few weeks. But I learned the importance of letting go of past things that shackled you from that. Like, for example, a few months ago, I had a dream about Ava, and I woke up practically, I wouldn't say tearing up, but I woke up feeling very emotional, very, I was physically changing in a way from my norm, and I thought I'd moved on, but I hadn't let everything go. But I'm still not sure if I have let everything go, but it's important to not blame yourself for everything that happens to you. There are most things you can blame yourself for. Having an internal locus of control. Thank you, Nick and Angie and Hannah, for teaching me that. But you have to let things go sometimes. You have to let people go very often. I find that nowadays I sometimes let people go too readily, like prematurely. I've got an issue with I haven't got an issue with prematurity. Let's not say that. I've got an issue with prematurely letting people leave my life if I feel they're not right for me. Very often I make friends, I hang out with them for a few weeks, I talk, I laugh, I do all that. But if they're heading down it would have to be a very negative path, and it has been in the past. I don't really pay them a second thought. But I feel like I do that too often now. Like, I'm really looking for some certain people in my life, and other people just don't cut it. I'm really, really happy with the people I have around me now. Like, I'm trying to think. Most of the people everyone I talk to on a daily basis, I wouldn't trade away for the world. Like, I am so happy with just everyone that I'm friends with my girlfriend, with just like my family, with everyone in my life I talk to on a daily basis. Could not be happier. They make me feel so valued, so they make me feel worth a lot. I'm really happy to have them in my life. But past that, I feel like I have an issue with letting people go too often. I feel like I'm just spewing a lot of nonsense right now, but that's what these videos are for. It's not for anyone else, it's for me, just to collect my own thoughts. 8 minutes 48 of this. Okay, but if you don't let resentment go, if you don't let past things that have happened in your life go, people, friendships, people you may have loved in the past, experiences, they're just going to weigh you down. At the end of the day, do you really need the memories? Like, do you need them? I don't think so. I think they're nice to have if they're very positive ones, but you're never going to be in the past. You're never going to be looking back or just traveling back. So if things have happened in the past, it's good to accept them and it's good to embrace them, but remember, there is nothing you can do about them. What's happened has happened, and you can learn from it. You don't want to make if you feel you've made a mistake in your past, you don't want to make the same mistake 2 times. That's a very cringy but very good lesson. But yeah, it can be hard to let go of things that have happened, even when you feel personally responsible for them. And like I was saying with my dreams, sometimes things just come back. They may have been just occupying a space in your unconscious mind, you know, just silently playing back in your brain, and you didn't realize, and then you have that dream, and it's just like, it affects you. It affected my day, it affected my week. I wouldn't say it affected my month, because after a week I was moved on, but it really took a toll on me mentally, physically. In a way, I felt physically quite like sick. I threw up when it happened, the night it happened. Yeah, it's quite an experience if anything like that has happened to you, where it's so serious that even over a year later you dream about it and it physically makes you throw up. Even though I know I wasn't at fault, it really hurts now, like a lot. And I've told a few people about it. Like, I can count the amount of people I've told about it on one hand, and they all say, oh, you're not to blame, you know. I do feel I'm to blame. Not fully, but I'm sure there was something I could have done to stop her from killing herself at the party. Even though she was under the influence, even though she was surrounded by people who definitely weren't her friends. I never heard what she said at the party. No one ever told me. I just heard that she was dead. And yeah, anyway, this is a really somber video. I want to try and lift up the spirits a little bit. Try and think of something else to talk about. Recently, I've been drinking coffee sorry, this is a complete topic change. I've been drinking coffee at about like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And previously, when I did that, I wasn't affected at all. Like, for example, wait, I'll just show you. I've got my empty now coffee cup. It's got a chicken's ass on the mug. It's quite cool. But nowadays, like, I know when I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna be just shaking in my bed for a little bit, you know, but I just can't resist it. The taste is so good. Even if the lying in bed bit does kind of make me feel a bit crazy, because nobody's up really, or nobody I want to talk to is up when I go to bed. There are a few people up, but like, I just don't care about them really. That's why I don't talk with them on a daily basis. What else is there to talk about? I've been trying to implement mini like dopamine detoxes in my day. So I have a spare room. I just sit on a chair with a pillow in the spare room, and I stare at the wall for 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes a day. And it's kind of my version of doing a video when I don't do a video, because it allows my brain to just go absolutely haywire. Think about every little thought that I've been suppressing with all the dopamine I'm getting through I don't know, TikTok, well, I don't really use TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, it just kind of, after I've done it, I feel really, really good. Like, I feel happy, I feel more energetic. So I've been implementing that every day for a little bit. And I'm finding it's just really helping me. Generally, I think I'm doing quite well nowadays. If you saw me like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I think I got videos actually, but I was just kind of an absolute wreck. Like, I was really struggling because of the everything mentally, physically I was injured for a bit, so I couldn't really do much badminton. You know, I feel so happy and like just full of joy. I feel so energetic. I feel so mentally stable nowadays. You know, I've got like a really pretty girlfriend now who's amazing to me. I've got a group of amazing friends who I did have back then, but I wasn't as social with back then. I feel like I've become more kind of extroverted in a way as well this past year. Now that everything's going well for me, I feel more kind of quietly, I feel very quietly confident in almost every situation now. You know, I don't really ever have these moments where I feel awkward. Like, for example, when I went to an interview about a year ago, I was a wreck. I was mumbling over all my words. I was double taking, triple taking, quadruple taking at one point, I remember. That was an interesting interview. Obviously didn't get the job, because would you hire someone who's quadruple taking at every sentence? Probably not. But I just feel so revitalized and happy and content nowadays, because I've just got everything going for me. Sometimes at night I can get into the habit of, I feel like I want to feel melancholic and sad at times, and it's quite a weird thing to want to feel like, because you're like, why would I want to feel sad? I'm not too sure why I want to do it. I used to think it was just for attention, but then I realised I don't like other people seeing me sad. This only happens when I'm alone. I don't like telling anybody about it. I like just lying in my bed, kind of making myself feel alone. But even now when I do that, in the back of my head, I'm still quite happy. I'm like, I'm just fine. Like, I've got everything going for me. I'm looking forward to these next 70, maybe 80 years, depending on how good I take care of my body and my mind and everything. But I feel really happy now. I feel really content. I feel really just, I'm good. I'm chilling. I feel a heightened sense of, this is quite weird, I feel a heightened sense of competition nowadays. Back a year, 2 years ago, I didn't really care about too much. Like, I was quite a neutral person, quite an indifferent person in most games and situations. But ever since I fixed, I'm not going to say fixed, ever since I helped my mental state and my physical state and stopped some really bad like behavioural patterns that I was doing, I feel innately just really competitive with almost everything now, and I feel like it drives me forward. Like, you can probably see how much I'm smiling thinking about this, but I enjoy it. I feel like my videos have, I was going to say my videos have a more positive outlook nowadays. My first 12 minutes was like talking about my personal bad experiences and how I'm learning to let go. I'm just going to circle back to that now, because I want to preferably end the video before it becomes 45 minutes long, like it probably could be right now with how freely I'm feeling like I'm talking. You have to let go. You have to learn to let go. You really want to hold on to the people in your life that you love really deeply, and you care for and you value, and you want to practice gratitude as well towards them. For example, it may be a message like, hey, I'm just really happy you're in my life, I hope we can see each other again soon. You know, it doesn't have to be, it can be like to a partner or whatever, but I, as well as doing it like that, I also do it to my friends as well occasionally, and it just makes you feel happier. Practicing gratitude makes you feel happy, and it's a really good feeling, because you know it uplifts other people as well as yourself. it's kind of if you take 2 minutes out of your day, you can potentially make your whole day and someone else's just with a simple message. Why would anyone not want to do that? Like, why? I don't understand it. Some people seem to just enjoy being in their narcissistic, nihilistic, sadistic viewpoints, like thinking, oh, maybe I'm so edgy, the world has nothing for me in it, there's no hope. It's so much cooler just being optimistic, not taking everything too seriously. There are times for seriousness, but life is also just a game. You're just here to have fun, I think. Anyway, how did I get onto this point from letting go? I actually don't know. I'm not going to talk about my other 2 experiences with letting go, because that will just lead on and on and on and on and on forever. But don't feel pressured to keep things in your head, in your mind, in your life that you don't see you have a future for. The grass can be greener on the other side. There was another saying as well. I've heard people say the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. So they use that as an excuse to not change anything in their life. And I just think, how can you be sure of that if you've never experienced it? Sure, you may try and change things in your life and you realize, oh, I was happier the way I was before, I can revert back. It's as simple as that. But sticking in a way where you don't know what's on the other side is just idiotic, in my opinion. And I understand it may be hard sometimes for people to embrace change. I find it really hard to embrace change occasionally. Recently I've become much better at everything, so that's also become a lot better. But yeah, take chances, move on, move forward, just keep having fun, keep progressing. Having a sense of progression is very important. Have a goal, have hobbies, talk to people, find a partner, love your partner, everything like that. Just be do what feels right, but also do what feels very just and what it feels like your purpose should be. I'm just going to leave now because I really need to go off to bed. It's quite late. So goodbye everyone. I'm going to try and do a video next week. I should be able to. And yeah, ta-ta.